There's nothing weird about that at all, was there, Steve? PG Steve, what do you got to say?
Did he stand up yet? He made it.
Be careful, be careful. Yeah. President Lloyd.
We're trading her right, Steve.
And guests and fellow Lions. First is $1 for not having the proper attire for, I believe this is Spirit Day, isn't it? Yes.
Fine and tail pushers.
So I'll pay the fine for Marilyn and myself because then I'll pay a double fine for me. Happy dollar, we spent a wonderful week in Dayton, Ohio at the graduation of our grandson and his declaration of going to Michigan State University and majoring in mechanical engineering. So we're honoring him today by wearing the shirts provided. Very nice, very nice.
As like John said, at least he's not going to be a lawyer. Yeah, and you actually have enough cops in the family too. So. How about Lion John Claypool?
Thank you, Patrick. President Lloyd, fellow Lions and guests, I have a happy dollar, which spins into a sad dollar, but I get to make all of you feel much older. My oldest grandson, Julian, is graduating this Saturday from RA. Yes, he made it. And I am sad because I am not going to get to attend Pat Parker's memorial at the lion, or at the elk, or moose, one of the animals. And that does make me very sad.
That's all right. We're serving your family. We got Ryan back here. We're very thankful to see you, Ryan.
Good to see you too. President Lloyd, fellow Lions and guests. My wife went to Arizona for the weekend. Left me home with the kids. So that's a happy dollar because we're all here, she's back, and everybody's alive.
And Eric Halverson volunteered, because he's a wise young man, to put in $1 for no Lions gear. Anyone else want to confess on their own? You do? Oh, now he wants to talk.
President Lloyd, Lions and guests. Thank you, Isla, for the invite to the Mark Morris graduation senior presentation. That was so much fun. I heard from a senior wanting to be a longshoreman, a senior wanting to be an electrician, a senior that's already a real estate investor, someone going to medical school. I got the good group, so it was a lot of fun.
That's great. Anna, is that a $5 bill, right?
President Lloyd, fellow Lions and guests, $5, happy dollars for my son, who's graduating this Saturday. So excited, very happy and sad. What else? Nice to see Jerry here, and I want to give a shout out to Pat. We went to a board meeting. I thought he does a great job. He's always with it. He's on top of everything. I just want to give a shout out to you.
But what about
And she forgot to say part of it was for her and her husband not wearing Lions gear.
How much did you pay her?
Obviously not enough, but I'm going to be hanging out at UPS at 3 p.m. every day of the week. Thank you, Anna. You know what? Sometimes it's just nice to get a little recognition. And I'm blessed to be able to give it to you, and thankful for your membership. Oh, Lion Hal.
fellow Lions and guests. You know, after hearing Mark's quote, there goes a thought. Oh, there is, okay.
Up there it goes.
Happy buck for a graduation of Holly down in somewhere in Hillsborough this Friday night that we're going there. So that means I should be able to make it to Pat Martin's service on Saturday. Friday? Is it Friday too?
Saturday. The 10th.
Should be heading.
Notice Anna didn't say anything about Isla, right? Yeah. Woo! The second happy dollar is having, obviously having David back here reviewing history, and guess what? He wants to become a Lion. Can you believe that? I think that's cool.
Okay, I want to show of hands, and David will tell you how many hands go up. How many of you Lions in this room remember when David was introduced to our club?
I wasn't even born.
Oh, nice. Well, David, there's 5 of us.
Well, good.
5 of us.
That's good.
I remember.
No, that's the ones that can remember.
Yeah, it's in the
Here's the better news, David. The 5 that remembered still probably like you. Right on. Hey, we got a minute to say hi to good old Bill Pontius? Hey, let's wave to Bill. Hi, Bill. There we go, boss.
Bill's waving all 5 fingers.
Yeah, right. Well, he's only got 1 on that one hand. I don't know what that's about, Larry.
Was it a bird flying?
Ladies before gents.
Hi, Katie.
Katie and
Georgia.
Don't mind me, guys.
Good to see her in a camel chair.
See, that was it. I needed to look a little bit smaller. Anyways, President Lloyd, fellow Lions and guests. Excuse me, I have $2. One, Tanner and I went to Arizona last week or the last week? Week before. The week before, sorry. Week before, we were gone for about a week. It was fantastic. The weather was great. I didn't get very much of a tan because every time I laid in the sun, Tanner yelled at me and told me that I was baking our child and that I needed to go in the shade. So, it was a thing. It was very annoying.
Oh, God, let's hope that's the only annoying thing he's doing.
For his sake. Goodness. We got home pretty late Monday, which was Memorial Day. And then Tuesday, we had some not great news that my grandpa had passed. So over the last 2 weeks, everything is just kind of blurred together. Yeah. But Arizona was great nonetheless. Hot?
Well, you still look like $1 million. How about you, Larry? What do you got going on? What's that?
Georgia, the baby.
Georgia. Yeah.
Georgia's the baby.
You did get the memo, right, Steve?
Yes.
Georgia. Georgia's the baby. Lion Larry.
King Lion, the whole Lions and guests. I have $2 happy dollars, one for the earliest week of Montana, big sky country, and the other one is just in memory of D-Day and all the other lives with me here today.
Amen, brother. Why are you red? Look at that. Boy, that's an old shirt.
He's an old guy.
President Lloyd, fellow ladies and guests. Normally I root for the Cougs, but this last week I was rooting for Washington girls softball, or ladies softball. I have a cousin down in Arizona. His granddaughter is Riley Holtorf, the outstanding shortstop for the Huskies.
All right.
Yeah, so that was pretty neat watching her play. She's considered one of the best shortstops in the United States, and she's only a sophomore.
Ooh, wait a minute. Spencer, and then we'll come up.
Speaking of a shortstop.
Speaking of shortstop.
Yeah.
I guess I've got 5 happy dollars now because I got something extra to say. It was going to be 4 and I was going to ask for change. But number 1, there's a few people in this room who I can see over. I can see over their heads. Helps me understand their thoughts a little bit because, as Hal said, there it goes. I have those moments. Yesterday I was in the middle of talking with somebody at work, had everything out in my head, and it just froze. And I looked, and I was just standing there like, what? What are we talking about? There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It gets worse over again.
Now I don't remember what. Oh, I remember. There we go. So another reason for these 5 happy dollars is 5 years ago, Ken Botero judged my senior presentation at Mark Morris. Yeah.
I judged that too.
He was there. I don't remember it. I was there. I made my slides. I remember I got critiqued on this. I made my slides dark navy blue with red writing. So that whoever was judging me couldn't just read the slides. They actually had to listen to what I had to say. But I got knocked 10 points for it by one of the judges.
Probably Ken.
It wasn't Ken, actually.
And I did that too.
Did you?
I knocked somebody because of their background.
It was purposeful. All right. $5. Thank you.
And give change.
What? Wait a minute. Nothing about Astor. Okay, parenting goes right out the door.
You got a haircut and
Don't let your wife near a pair of scissors again.
if you really need a haircut.
Some people that were in management just never actually really retired. There's still lots of people around. How about Cindy?
President Lloyd, fellow Lions and guests, I have 5 happy dollars. For those of you that aren't on Facebook, I had too much fun at Farmer's Market on Saturday. I was so excited to buy tomato plants, I bought 9 of the doggone things. And so the raised bed they're going to go into is now 1.5 beds, and so they're mixed with my radishes and my peas because I ran out of room. But I'm happy, I'm going to have all kinds of tomatoes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Even if you put them in the different boxes, the tomatoes are the red ones.
I mean, we're gonna have tomatoes.
Yeah, weird.
That's what I
So,
thought.
President Lloyd, fellow Lions and guests, there's my $5 for the week. Gosh, what important thing happened? Oh, yeah, Friday, took the day off. Golfed in the Lower Columbia Contractors Association Cheaters Cup. Sorry again, Al. So pissed. Oh, man, that was, Anyway, I got to spend the day with my 2 boys and golfing, and it was so excellent. And we golfed so well, none of us were impaired driving home. Which is a plus, by the way.
Spirit Day.
You gave a dollar for
Unspirited.
Spirit Day.
Yes, strawberries over there yet?
You look sharp still. Shoes are on the right feet, things are going good. Anybody else got a little happy dollar they want to share for anybody? No. Not me, guys. Well, I guess, President Lloyd, it's your turn. Hey, Mike, nice to have you.
All right. Turn this on. Damn it. All right, we'll turn the program over to George here, and he's got a guest speaker today.
Thank you, President Lloyd, fellow Lions guests. Fellow Lions, do you remember when you got that C- in your high school civics class? Mostly because you dozed off during the local government section? Yeah. Well, you have a chance for redemption because the next 3 Tuesdays in June we have the Mayor of Kelso, the Mayor of Longview, and State Senator speaking for us. Today my guest is Mike Karnofski, Kelso Mayor. I've known Mike for over 30 years. We both had a similar career path. We worked in industry, got involved in local government and community affairs. Mike was the regional environmental manager at Weyerhaeuser, like I was, and we both were chair of the Economic Development Council, LCC Board of Trustees, County Commissioner, and we've both been mayor of our respective cities. Mike's been a few years behind me in all these things, mostly because I'm a faster learner. And maybe a little bit because I'm 2 years older than he is. Yeah. But over the years, we've gone from being colleagues that were out there, they're really good friends. Partly because of our common interest in the community and being involved in trying to make things better. And we sometimes still, even now, show up to the same meeting unexpectedly about issues. And our weekly breakfast meeting, we go from solving local problems to solving national and global problems too. Mike and his wife Terry are very involved in the charity in the community, contributing. If you drive by the Columbia Theater, you'll frequently see their name on the marquee for the programs they sponsored. And Mike has been a long-time financial contributor to my monthly poker game, so, which I appreciate it, right, Doug? Today Mike's going to talk about some of the activities going on in Kelso and some of the projects they're working on, one of which you saw in the local paper this morning. So please help me give a nice warm welcome to Mayor Mike Karnofski.
Well, thank you, George, and I took a chance because George says, what do you want me to say about you? And I said, whatever you want. So that's always dangerous, just letting George loose with a microphone. So just wanted to talk about what's important to cities in general, first of all, and then specifically for Kelso. I think the three most important things for a city are, first of all, safety. You want to have a safe city for your citizens. The next one is you want to have a good infrastructure so your citizens get water, their sewers taken away, their garbage is picked up, they have good streets. And finally, you want a good place for people to live. So I'll talk about each one of those as we're dealing with them in Kelso. First of all, on the safety, we fully supported our police, and for the first time in a long time, we have a fully staffed police. It's been really difficult, especially through COVID. We ended up giving a sign-up bonus of $20,000 for a lateral move, so that's somebody that would come from another police department, and that's has got us some really good candidates, but also it's somewhat of a saving for the community because we don't have to pay for their state schooling because they already have that. As far as the infrastructure goes, one of the most important things for Kelso was our water system. We've been taking Longview water for a couple of years. We refurbished our water system, and our citizens are very happy. They don't have to drink Longview water anymore. So, but that's a shorter term issue because long term we will need to put in a new water system. That's mainly because of the silting in the Cowlitz River, and that'll be a significant project for us. But we do have a lot of street works going. That's one thing. Many of you that have driven on some of our streets find that they are really in bad shape. We had a review with a consultant. We have $14 million of backlogs if we would bring all of our streets up to average. So we have some significant work to do. We did pass a transportation benefit district, and thanks to all of you that shop in Kelso because we raised our sales taxes by 0.2%, so you're all contributing to improving Kelso streets every time you buy something in Kelso, and that's going to raise about $250,000 a year. Our main street project is called the Hazel Street Overpass. And that is an overpass on the railroad tracks, so we will eliminate 2 at-grade crossings. That'll go from the north end of the airport over the railroad tracks and drop in at the north end of the golf course. That's a transportation improvement, but it's also a economic vitality issue because if you've been down to the golf course, you've seen the housing development. It will eventually have 52 units down there. That's designed for a more mature group. They'll have wider streets so everybody can drive their golf carts directly to the golf course. And also they will have access to the river so they can go fishing. We also have a couple of other projects going on the streets. One of them is a study of the intersection at exit 39. On the east side, you have 6 roads coming into that. When school lets out, it's significantly crowded. They had the first public meeting, and so we'll be looking at improvements on that. And then, so those are sort of the nuts and bolts things, but the most fun thing to talk about is the activities we've got going to improve the city and make it a quality place for people to live. And that's really important for no matter what you do with your city. First of all, for the citizens. Also, if you want to bring industries or shops into the city, you really have to have a nice place for your city to live. So we've got a variety of projects funded by the federal government, the state, and some of our local funds. But one of them that has been in the news a little bit is a community building. And we're working with CAP to put a combination community building. It'll also have 41 affordable housing units. And we're completing that study. And then it looks like that'll be an $18 million project. You think of the affordable housing units, they'll be similar to what the units are above the Columbia Theater. So affordable for people to do that. And we also are going to redo our spray park this summer. That'll be a $800,000 project. Spray park is about 25 years old, and we can no longer get the parts for to repair the activities there. Unfortunately, that'll be a summer project. We've started that, and we hope to have it done by August, so at least for the hotter part of the summer, it'll be available. That'll include a recycle system, and that'll save 2 to 3 million gallons of water a year that spray park uses. We're also working on our senior center. We'll do the roofing and siding for that. And we found out in the last year that many of us didn't know that we're responsible for the maintenance on the train station too. It needs a new roof, and that's a $500,000 job to put a new roof on the train station. Got a variety of projects in the park. At our park in South Kelso called Lads and Lassies Park, we're going to put a ADA accessible playground down there, which will be the first one in the area. We're upgrading our disc golf course. We have some multi-purpose courts that a lot of people play basketball at the entrance at Tam O'Shanter. We're going to put lights on those so those can be used in the evening. Working with Lower Columbia College to upgrade the girls and women's softball fields there. We're going to put artificial turf in the infield so they can be played easier year-round. We'll put 2 pickleball courts in. We don't have any pickleball courts in Kelso. We got $46,000 from the Port of Longview to provide a kayak access on the Cowee River, and that's going to be one that won't have a lot of significant development because unfortunately it's in the floodplain, but it does have a nice, easy entrance to the river. We'll be improving that. We'd looked at other locations for a kayak launch. The Calais River can get a little bit swift. Cowee River's nice and easy, especially when the tide's coming in. So we're looking forward to that. Also in our downtown area, which is a difficult problem for Kelso because we were sort of split when the Allen Street Bridge went in, and it's difficult to get people to go there and difficult to get businesses there, but we're looking at improving the beautification with providing potentially some money to the stores and businesses there to improve their frontage, looking at improving our planters. We're looking at possibly trying a food truck and food cart area in West Kelso where Catlin Street turns into Allen Street or West Main, and also looking at our signage and codes. From a strictly economic standpoint, the property at Exit 36 and that's commonly called the Sigali property, although it's not owned by Sigali anymore. But there have been plans submitted for a 1.2 million square foot warehouse and distribution center. It got caught up in a little bit of a court case that's been resolved now, so we look forward to getting that building in there. Working with the city of Longview and the port and the county, we continue to improve the airport. You may not think of the airport as an economic issue, but it really is. All the hangars at the airport are leased, and there's a 1-year waiting list to get a hangar at the airport. There are corporate jets that fly in and out of that. There's a couple of local corporations that have their jets there. And we've been working with some airplane maintenance people to establish a business there. And the main project there will be above ground fuel tanks, which is an environmental issue. As far as our small industrial area goes, that's actually full now. We don't have any available property there. There's some buildings that are being completed, and we're working with a business that will hopefully move their operations from Seattle. They presently manufacture equipment overseas, and so we'd like to bring that into Kelso. So again, 3 important things for the city. You want to have a safe city. You want to have a city that has a good infrastructure, and you want to have a city where people want to come, enjoy themselves, bring their family and their businesses. So, any questions?
I have one.
Yes.
Hi there. My mother-in-law has a house up on South Vista Way. Is there any plans with this road construction of doing anything with Hostler and that area? There's a big sinkhole up there, and the city's told them so far that there's nothing they can do.
Well, that's one of the top issues on the list, but also when you look at the funding, that would have to be funded solely by city, and we've looked at that one. And next month we've asked the Public Works to prioritize the roads and see that. One of the things we did talk about when the consultant brought the issue of bringing up the roads is actually letting some of the roads return to gravel that weren't used, because how can you justify changing a road that doesn't have heavy traffic? So it's a difficult issue that we've wrestled with on where to spend that money. But Hostler Road, West Vista, that area has really terrible roads. I'll agree with you on that.
We're trying to sell the house and we had to reduce the price because of the roads.
I can understand that, being on those roads. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
John Claypool, can you give us a report on Roger Gups?
I haven't seen him for a while sometimes either. Well, yeah, their daughter moved from Portland with their only grandchild and her husband to Iowa. So they've actually been spending a fair amount of time in Iowa, but he is around, and I asked him, do you go to Lions? Oh, well, I get up and and Roger told me and my brother Henry after he retired, he says, I'm really good at doing nothing. So if you know Roger, that's the truth.
Tell him he's needed at the kids' races at noon on the 4th.
All right, I will. Anything else?
Hey, Mike. Over here.
Okay.
Is the Highlander Festival going to take place this year?
Yeah, well, the Highlander Festival will take place second weekend of September. Commission's been working on that, and Tam O'Shanter's all finished and updated, so everything should be ready for that. We added about 100 new parking spaces in Tam O'Shanter with the last phase 3 improvement, so it'll be going.
Good.
Yep. Mr. Palmer.
Mr. Karnofski, want to say thank you to the Public Works. Those guys were cleaning up Catlin Street over the past week, and it looks magnificent and marvelous. And just kudos again for how it is that we got that project done. if it's not in favor of it, that, I really wouldn't think it's good.
Yeah, there's things I wouldn't have done that way, but that's the way it was done, and we got it done, and it does give a nice entrance coming in to Kelso there.
Well, for everybody's idea, they took out about 2,000 pounds of weeds, because that's how much it's grown since last fall.
Yeah.
Amazing how bad that got.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Yep. All right, anything else? Okay, thank you.
Bob.
Oh, question?
All right, President Lloyd, fellow Lions, and guests. First of all, we're having our health inspection at the shop next Tuesday.
Yeah, board meeting.
The wagon. So we're having a cleanup party.
I can do those.
Tomorrow morning.
Okay.
About 9 o'clock. So if anybody who can get there to help clean and scrub, we appreciate the help. Second of all, we finished up Friday's caramel corn. We're not doing any more caramel corn until the 4th of July. We put probably $8,000 to $10,000 into our fund from selling caramel corn this year. So I thank you for all your hard work on that. I think that's all I have to say, other than you have to show up tomorrow, please.
Leroy. Oh, Pat got one? Leroy's got some announcements.
I'll use yours, Mike. Sure, run.
Running to get out of me, pal. President Lloyd, fellow Lions, and guests. I got a couple of announcements. I'm going to start off with on Thursday's board meeting at Cascade Title, 8 o'clock. Be there, board members. Shouldn't really be a whole lot of stuff going on because we just had one a couple of weeks ago. We're moved to a second and fourth Thursday of the month schedule for the summer. So that way we can take care of business and not get too far behind. On June 27th, and Cheryl's not here, and I was going to let her make that announcement, but Cheryl is planning to have the induction of the new installation. There you go. There's a word. Anyway, whatever they are, of the new board members and officers for club. So that'll be on June 27th, and yeah, let's have a good turnout. It seems to be the day that we don't have a lot of people showing up because not a whole lot going on, but we need to do that. Also, there's quite a few people that, newer members especially, that have badges or the red badge, or they don't have their badge. If you get a hold of me and let me know who you are, and there's a couple of options for the badges. You can either have a magnetic back so that it just sticks to your chest or whatever, and or you can have the pin, which just kind of like jam it in there. And so whatever you want to have, but I just need to know so I can get those ordered up. And what else is there? Is there anything else? I don't know. Anyway, I'm done with the mic. Pat, if you want it back, you want to run for it? Yeah. You know, I gotta tell you, that's the funnest thing to do, man. You just stand up to his left side and just work with it. It's so good.
Hey, I'm going to ask for a big giant favor. This club does not operate in a vacuum, and it's operating very well right now. Let's give it up for Leroy. Awesome work.
All right. Do we have any other announcements that need to be made? Terry, oh, there's Terry. He's waving at us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's somebody here, Terry. There's somebody here. Come here. Here you go.
Okay, my Lloyd, fellow Lions guest. The important thing is that I almost have a date for the golf tournament. Well, I haven't put it in a cement yet. Well, I have to let Bonnie know that be gone that weekend. Anyway, it's September the 9th. So where? At a golf course near you. It'll have to be the one in Markmore or at Mid Valley.
Oh.
Could be, then we're gonna look at right behind Pietro's. Yeah. Anyway, that's that one, so look for you. More will be coming eventually, I'm sure. But from our certificates of appreciation that we give out every month, we finally have somebody else that showed up besides, who was it last year?
Eric Alverson for.
Oh, Eric showed up, that's right. Anyway, this week, Steve was nice enough to bring Marilyn back with him, or Marilyn was nice enough to come back with Steve, and for her job of the reading up at the Columbia High School. So, thank you very much, Marilyn.
Which one is it again, Terry? Which?
Lion of the month. I guess it was one of the awards we gave. She'll put it in a drawer somewhere. We don't.
Thank you very much.
You got to do that?
Just Pat is what they're gonna call me. I just speak up on people. Screw with them.
Yeah, on behalf of the Lions, we have a mug here for you, plus an application. Just in case.
We do have forms.
Okay, the red ticket. 122454. Hey! Where? White King, Pat. Okay, the blue ticket. 7154092. Hey!
Who do we have? Who is it? Oh, Anna. Well, good luck, Anna. It's worth a whopping, I don't know, like $12 right now. Oh, there we go.
No winner. That's all right.
Actually, there's no money in there until I deposit today's stuff, so nothing.
And don't forget the board meeting this week, 8 o'clock in the morning. Pat, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Don't expect much.
At Cascade.
Cascade Title Building. Believe we'll be there. Oh, Jane.
President Lloyd, fellow Lions and guests. First pick goes to June.
All right, new winner.
Probably didn't hear it because she was in the kitchen. And whatever's left over goes to Gail.
Okay. Well, we'll do that today. It's not the end of the month yet. Okay, guess that's about it. Oh, Pat's got his hand again. Ken.
The third vice president chairman. We got a sign-up sheet back here with College Blackbear's attendees, hopefuls.
Ken's got something to say there. Way to go by, Pat. Ken.
Would you mind telling everybody, reminding them about the memorial at this coming Saturday?
Okay, give the Mike right behind you.
People coming from Idaho for Saturday, so you're here from Longview, that's not quite as far, so. And the only thing, like I put on the flyer, the only thing I'm asking is to bring memories, smiles, and laughter.
And it's Saturday at 3?
Saturday, 2 to 6.
2 to 6. At the Moose. There'll be a big giant sign out there that says, this way.
That way, right? Sign's gonna be pointing that way. All right. Hey, President Lloyd, we got a couple of minutes, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that he's not only the mayor, but he's also a driving force with the Kelso Business and Community Association, like his. And he has been at literally every community cleanup event we have thrown in the last 6 years. Thanks, brother. We're making it a better place.
Any other?
I think that's it. That's all I got. I was going to say something nice about George, but then I forgot it.
I'll remind you later.
All right. Jane, any more? Nothing else, huh, Jane?
What about Simility?
What about it? You're all here. Thank you.
Yeah. Bob needed help setting tables up.
Bill's on here. The bill's on there. I got that too.
All right.
You can do it.